Namaste. Welcome back to our journey of reciting a chapter of Gita. Today we shall be reciting chapter 13 of Srimad Bhagawad Gita. So before we begin the recitation, I would like to introduce you to the essence of this chapter so that you get to understand the intention behind these verses. This chapter is called Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. So basically, it is talking about the field and the knower of the field. As we know that the Bhagavad Gita began with a question by the blind king Dhritarashtra asking his minister Sanjaya, who had the ability to watch the entire battle happen on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So he was asking him what happened on the Dharma Kshetra or the Kurukshetra. So it is a metaphor for the two fields of action within our own mind. So one is the Kurukshetra, the field of action, where we are acting due to our desires or sensory demands or duties, or because of our inclination, we perform actions in our Kurukshetra. This Kurukshetra transcends to become the Dharma Kshetra when our actions are aligned with the purpose, which is called the cosmic order. So it turns into a Dharma Kshetra. So in this chapter, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that understand that the field of action is not you, that you are not your mind, your thoughts, your senses, and the actions you perform. You are the witness, you are the observer of this, that is the consciousness or the awareness that is behind them or the underneath them. So what is this chapter teaching us? This chapter is telling us not to identify with something that is temporary, that can change with seasons, with time, and identify with that impermanence within each one of us, and that is itself called the sacred divine or the light or the divine presence. When we identify with that observer, we transcend the limited definitions of good and bad. We all are a product of this nature, composed of the five elements of nature and run by our five sensory senses, the sense of touch, sense of smell, sense of sight, sense of hearing, and we are always getting some input from our environment, and we are performing our actions or reacting in a certain way. But that itself is not the true essence of who we are. Who we are is much deeper than that, and that is the basis of our existence. And when we try to identify with that eternal spirit or soul, then we get spiritual enlightenment. So let us recite this chapter. ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः। क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगः। अर्जुन उवाच प्रकृतिं पुरुषं चैव क्षेत्रं क्षेत्रज्ञमेव च एतद्वेदितुमिच्छामि ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं च केशव। श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं शरीरं कौन्तेय क्षेत्रमित्यभिधीयते एतद्यो वेत्ति तं प्राहुः क्षेत्रज्ञ इति तद्विदः। क्षेत्रज्ञं चापि मां विद्धि सर्वक्षेत्रेषु भारत। क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोर्ज्ञानं यत्तज्ज्ञानं मतं मम। तत्क्षेत्रज्ञानं क्षेत्रं यच्च याद्यच्च यद्विकारी यतश्च यत् स च यो यत्प्रभावश्च तत्समासेन मे शृणु। ऋषिभिर्बहुधा गीतं छन्दोभिर्विविधैः पृथक् ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्चैव हेतुमद्भिर्विनिश्चितैः। महाभूतान्यहङ्कारो बुद्धिरव्यक्तमेव च इन्द्रियाणि दशैकं च पञ्चचेन्द्रियगोचराः। इच्छा द्वेषः सुखं दुःखं सङ्घातश्चेतना धृतिः एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविकारमुदाह्यतम्। अमानित्वं दम्भित्वम् अहिंसा क्षान्तिरार्जवम् आचार्योपासनं शौचं स्थैर्यमात्मविनिग्रहः। इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अनहङ्कार एव च जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधिर्दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम्। असक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु। मयि चानन्ययोगेन भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी विविक्तदेशसेवित्वं मरतिर्जनसंसदि। अध्यात्मज्ञाननित्यत्वं तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम् एतज्ज्ञानमिति प्रोक्तम् अज्ञानं यदतोऽन्यथा। ज्ञेयं यत्तत् प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वामृतमश्नुते अनादिमत्परं ब्रह्म न सत्तन्नासदुच्यते। सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखं सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति। सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाभासं सर्वेन्द्रियविवर्जितम् असक्तं सर्वभृच्चैव निर्गुणं गुणभोक्तृ च। बहिरन्तश्च भूतानाम् अचरं चरमेव च सूक्ष्मत्वात् तदविज्ञेयं दूरस्थं चान्तिके च तत्। अविभक्तं च भूतेषु विभक्तम् इव च स्थितं भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च। ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिस्तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितम्। इति क्षेत्रं तथा ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं चोक्तं समासतः मद्भक्त एतद्विज्ञाय मद्भावायोपपद्यते। प्रकृतिं पुरुषं चैव विध्यनादि उभावपि विकारांश्च गुणांश्चैव विद्धि प्रकृतिसम्भवान्। कार्यकारणकर्तृत्वे हेतुः प्रकृतिरुच्यते पुरुषः सुखदुःखानां भोक्तृत्वे हेतुरुच्यते। पुरुषः प्रकृतिस्थो हि भुङ्क्ते प्रकृतिजान् गुणान् कारणं गुणसङ्गोऽस्य सदसद्यो निजन्मसु उपद्रष्टानुमन्ता च भर्ता भोक्ता महेश्वरः परमात्मेति चाप्युक्तो देहेऽस्मिन् पुरुषः परः य एवं वेत्ति पुरुषं प्रकृतिं च गुणैः सह सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि न स भूयोऽभिजायते ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मनमात्मना अन्ये साङ्ख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे अन्ये त्वेवमजानन्तः श्रुत्वान्येभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चातितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः यावत् सञ्जायते किञ्चित् सत्त्वं स्थावरजङ्गमं क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञसंयोगात् तद्विद्धि भरतर्षभ समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरं विनश्यत्स्व विनश्यन्तं यः पश्यति स पश्यति समं पश्यन् हि सर्वत्र समवस्थितमीश्वरं न हि नस्त्यात्मनात्मानं ततो याति परां गतिम् प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः यः पश्यति तथात्मानम् अकर्तारं स पश्यति यदा भूतपृथग्भावम् एकस्थम् अनुपश्यति तत एव च विस्तारं ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा अनादित्वान् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्याद् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवम् अन्तरं ज्ञानचक्षुषा भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षं च ये विदुर्यान्ति ते परम् ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगो नाम त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः इति श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. So Krishna explains to Arjuna how these great elements, like what forms the field and what is the knower of the field. And he goes by saying that the knowledge of the field of activity and the knower of the field have been described by various sages in the sacred Vedic writings and particularly in the Brahma Sutras, complete with reason and logic. And the great elements, egoism, intellect, the invisible, the 10 senses and the mind, the 5 sense objects, desire, hatred, happiness, sorrow, the aggregate, the consciousness and conviction, in brief, are considered to be the field and its variations. Humility, unpretentiousness, non-violence, patience, simplicity, service to the guru or teacher, cleanliness, persistence, self-restraint, renunciation of sense objects, absence of egotism, perception of birth, death, old age and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement of family life, even-mindedness with regard to that which is desirable and undesirable, unswerving devotion to me, residing in secluded places, detachment from social gatherings, steadiness in self-realization, keeping in sight the purpose of philosophy. This is said to be knowledge. Ignorance is that which is contrary to this. And he goes on saying, I shall clearly explain that which is to be known, understanding which one attains and the nectar of immortality. Brahman, which is beginningless and which is ruled by me, is beyond cause and effect. The Supreme Lord is outside and inside all beings. He is moving and stationary. He is subtle and beyond mental and sensory comprehension. He is far, yet he is near. Though he appears divided among living beings, he is undivided. He is the creator of all and the destroyer of all. He is the supreme source of all lights and is beyond darkness. His knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the goal of knowledge. He is situated in everyone's heart. So, this way he has explained, described the field of action and the knower of the field. So, when we, human beings, who are composed of the five elements of nature and have these five senses and the five organs of action, when we understand with humility, perseverance, patience, simplicity, and are dedicated with our sincerity to the task or action and understand that there is one divine force that is within each being, we live in this world with calmness, with equanimity, and we don't suffer from prejudice or discrimination in our hearts. This leads to equanimity in terms of finding happiness and calmness, peace within, deep within our heart. I hope you like the essence of this chapter. Let us meet again, chanting, reciting the next chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. Namaste.